Talk to me about your model. I'm fascinated by this.
Well, as we talked about, as you talked about, the Centers for Disease Control is compiling all the statistics by age of how people have died. And as you showed, there's a massive, massive skew towards the elderly, which is even more acute in nursing homes. But the problem is, those official death statistics that you see plastered all over the paper are different from what the CDC is reporting because what the CDC is counting as a death is different from what California or New York or Arizona is reporting as a death. So just to reconcile all that, we just said, oh, hey, look, who cares about what number it is today? Because what you'll hear people say is it doesn't matter what the risk is today. What matters is if we open up the economy again, the risk will spread. There will be more infections, more deaths, more fatalities. So then we said, okay, fine. Let's assume there are 120 deaths, 20,000 deaths, excuse me, 120,000 deaths. Then what will it look like? And that's what you described in your recitation of the numbers. And here's the thing to think about. Our understanding of the flu is that the risk for dying of the flu is about 1 in 1,000 or 1,000 per million. So if you're under 1,000 per million, if your age bracket is under 1,000 per million, you're at lower risk of dying from COVID-19 than from the flu, which is basically all age brackets below 75. Even 55 to 65-year-olds and 65 to 75-year-olds are in that moderate risk, but not a very high risk of dying from COVID-19. Now, those elderly people are, uh, our grandparents, our parents, they are at risk, particularly those who live in nursing homes. And as you mentioned, a number of states have forced nursing homes to accept patients with active COVID-19 infections. Why did they do that? It may have made some sense early on because the worry was that we were going to turn in Italy and that you're going to see ICUs and hospitals get overwhelmed with patients. And so they wanted to get rid of those patients as fast as possible. They didn't care that the nursing homes were going to get harmed. But we're seeing the tragedy that's unfolded before us today.